good day. I'm sitting on a squeaky chair. I promised someone that I would post this video because they had asked about Anna Maria Island, and I wanted to just post a few thoughts off the top of my head on some things to think about when you're going there. So here are a few tips that I've learned over the years from going down to the island. So first of all, I've been going down to Anna Maria Island since 1991, when I was a wee lad with my parents, and my grandparents used to rent a house down there for about 3 months of the year. Started noticing changes around the early 2000s when the Chamber of Commerce really started to promote that island, and the publicity really skyrocketed. At that point, you started to see more restaurants appear on the island, which was nice. At the point that we went down there, the only restaurant was the Rod and Reel Pier, the City Pier, and the Sandbar, which then extended to the beach house further down the strip. There's only 2 roads going on to the island. It's Coral and Manatee, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I forget. I know it's Manatee Ave is the main one where everyone goes on, but I think there's also Coral, which also brings you to the southern tip of the western side of Bradenton. So there's also a Publix that appeared many years ago on the island. First of all, let me take a step back. The north end of the island is very quiet. There are different sections of the island. There's Holmes Beach, and there's Anna Maria. Holmes Beach is a little bit further south, usually more of a crowd. But if you go up to this northern tip or Bean Point, that's usually where you can find a more tranquil beach. And the beaches are very wide there. They've done some refurbishing of the beaches. And so the beaches have become a little bit more wide and also accessible. So they've also temporarily, I believe, removed street parking on a lot of side streets because they were experiencing a lot of day trippers who would drive onto the island and would park for the day during the weekend. The best time to go to Anna Maria Island during the week is during the week. On a weekly schedule, I would say anytime Tuesday through Thursday, maybe Monday through Thursday, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday is when the beaches are usually packed. Now, if you would like to go down and not experience a crowd, I would say the months to do that would be October through the end of February. But right around the time of the beginning of March and extending until the middle of summer is when it is extraordinarily busy. And it's gotten worse over the years. It's become more of a destination for spring breakers. They have more venues and restaurants and stores on the island than they ever did before. And that brought in a lot of tourism, which is good for the economy of the city of Anna Maria, but also for folks who like to go down there to experience tranquility, which is what Anna Maria Island used to be known for. That is not so much of a positive. There used to be a lot of locals who lived on the island. Recently, their properties have been bought out, or they have decided to move out. Some of them have also left in other ways, but you have experienced over the years major development of homes, and they are taking the old Floridian homes, the ranchers, and demolishing them and building really nice looking homes, 2-3 stories, all raised, which is new building regulations according to hurricanes and flooding and things like that, so understood. However, these new homes are being rented in different ways, and when Airbnb first came about and Vrbo and HomeAway, many realtors who owned homes on the island who would rent them out started to notice that people were wanting to stay on the island for a week rather than months, which is what it used to be down there. You would get the same folks every year going down to the island and renting the houses out for 3 months. You would get the snowbirds from the northern states. We used to know a lot of families down there, and we would see them every year. There would be people from Michigan, Ohio. Those are some big states. Minnesota. We knew a lot of people from Minnesota and Michigan and Ohio, I would say. But then there was also some foreign investment on the island, and a lot of the homes, some of the nicer homes in the center of the island, extending towards the north center, meaning between the bay and the Gulf. You have homes owned by Germans, and there's actually been a lot of money coming from Russia onto that island. A lot of Russian families. Actually, the home that we stayed at, I believe, was an Eastern European family who owned it, a husband and wife. They were extraordinarily nice people, and we really enjoyed talking to them. We actually ran into them the last day that we stayed there just this year. We were just down there. And they rent these homes. They either live in another home on the island, or they live close by, or they live across seas. There's a lot of, I spoke to some local police officers, and actually my buddy Alex and I spoke to this one police officer a couple of years ago, and he had said that there are a lot of foreigners who own homes who were never here, so an alarm would go off, or there may be an issue with the home, and they couldn't get in contact with the owners because of the hour differential across the world. So the island has definitely changed. The island used to be where you would go to find tranquility and peace, and you weren't looking to run into a lot of people. But now it has really turned into a destination for many, many folks. And again, it's a double-edged sword. I'm happy for the local businesses. I'm happy for the realtors who are capitalizing on this tourism, but I am also very saddened for the locals and for people like me who see the island as a second home, who have been going down there for many years. And the change is not always for the good. I've noticed there has been a larger presence of trash left on the sides of roads, left on beaches. People are leaving not only trash, but broken beach chairs on the beach. Notice trash in the water. So the least you can do is, if you go to the island, respect nature. Please pick up your trash when you're out there. Don't leave it when you leave the beach. See what else. There's a couple of pro tips. Let's talk about pro tips. If you end up renting a house, I suggest renting further north on the island. If you want peace, if you want to be around people and you want to socialize, the further south you are, the more socialization you'll have. Go to the market, whether it's a Publix or Walmart or wherever, off the island in Bradenton. Do not attempt to shop at the Publix on the island. And this is for during tourism season. If you're going down there near the end of October into the February, you should be fine. But considering what has transpired over the last year, a lot more people are having an appreciation for the outdoors. An appreciation meaning they want to be outdoors more. It doesn't necessarily mean that they appreciate it and respect it, but they want to be outdoors more because that's really their only outlet. So they're forced to make that their outlet, which is, I think, why golf and other things are so popular. So I'm ranting. I'm going to have to end this video because I realize it's too long and no one's going to watch it. But I wanted to make this video for someone to let you know that the island has changed a lot over the years. Don't go shopping on the island for food. Make sure you go between October and February if you want a lesser crowd. Make sure you eat at the Rod and Reel. Make sure you eat at the Sandbar. Check out the city pier that was just refurbished. It looks beautiful. And enjoy yourself. Get away from the world. Get away from work. And love the peace. Take care, everybody.